All right, y'all. I'm making a part two. I'm in a whole different Dollar Tree store. It's less than a week. It's probably about maybe 4 days later. 2 to 4 days later. I can't tell you exactly. But anyway, the thing is, um, I had to look over here on the main wall that has a lot of the domestic items. And I've noticed that most of them, I'll say half and half. When you see these tags, that means that they're covering up the old 125 and they have the 150 down at the bottom or whatever it is, 150, 175. So all of the items like this, the towels, the pot holders, both types are up to 150. And you have other items. Now this shelf says 125, so it must not apply to up here because a lot of these have the tags already over the price until the new items come in that have the prices already on them from the manufacturing plant. So see how those have a tag, a red tag covering it up, but then you still have some that has the 125. I don't know if that's a mistake or not, but they do have 125 at the bottom. Also over here, now I'm still seeing 125. Like I said, this must apply to what's actually on those two shelves and not what's up here because everything that's up here has most of them. Like up there, let me see if I can get it. You see some that still has 125 not covered up, but then you also see the ones that do have it covered up. So I did not check this location, this area in the other store. It passed my mind, but like I said, it's about half and half. Yeah, a lot of these are covered up and then some are not. So you really have to just um, check each item that you're planning on buying. But I have another video that I'm going to put out. This is a short video. Um, and I'll probably talk about this later. I'll probably just pause this video and finish. Now I noticed that when I went in the potato chips, what I've noticed is the glass, and which is not a surprise because that was already a real good price, whether it was $1 or $1.25. The cookware is up to 150, which still isn't bad. The plates, the bowls, the coffee cups, the glass cups, and anything else. But I think that's the main items that's in the cookware. What I mean, dinerware, however you want to look at it. Now, what I'm noticing is the candy is still 125 for right now, which I said the other day. But it was at one point that I couldn't see the prices. And now in this store, you're going to have the Pringles are 225, as you can see. Everything else in this little small section is still 125. But they do have, I don't know if this was already a price change because some of these chips I don't really buy. But they have some chips that are 375. And then you still have some of the other smaller chip bags that are still 125. And as far as what I can see in this store, that's the only type of chips that are 325 and $3. I didn't see that $3. But all the other candy I'm seeing is still 125. The whole shebang. So mainly when it comes to the food, it's the chips and of course the Pringles for sure and the drinks. Now, like I said, there are some drinks that are still 125. Now, let me put this in here because like I said, well, no, let me hold off on that. I came in here to get certain items. And let me see if they have the items that I need or some. All of the seasonings are still 125 as far as I can see. That was another concern because seasonings can be expensive. There's the onion powder because they like to not have onion powder and plenty of garlic. And that's another thing. The other part, oh, I need some tea. They must be, yeah, the regular tea is gone. I wasn't even thinking about that. But anyway, okay. From what I'm seeing, all of the food items, oh, see, now that's something that needed to be seen. I didn't see this the other day. Okay. The pasta, cheese sauces, and the traditional sauce, they're 250. They're 250. The regular pasta sauce that I've been getting, that I just found less than a year ago, is still 125 in a can. And it's good for the spaghettis or any other kind of pasta dish. They have the garlic and herb, and it's 24 ounces. Okay, so yeah, I don't see any other food item over here than what I just showed as far as the shelved food items. Now, I also made a video, the video that I made the other day. You also know that the freezer section already had assorted prices. The 3, the 5, the 125, some of them still are. I didn't even know they had this kind of ice cream at the Dollar Tree, but that's the same price that it is at the grocery store. And it might be a little bit higher now because I hadn't bought it in a while. But anyway, I'm going to skim through another part of the store and come back. Okay, all of this storage items, the smaller, I don't even know if you want to consider those laundry baskets, but any of the baskets, all of that has gone up to 150. I don't think I really saw this section in the other store like this. The trash cans are 150. That's still not a bad price for a trash can. Okay, what I'm noticing right now that I didn't check the other day, that the office supplies are still 125. They are still 125. The 2 for $1 poster boards, they are still 2 for $1. As you can see right there, it's still 2 for $1. Yeah, all of the office supplies are still 125. And I didn't see this at the other store, but maybe this was already a new section where they had $3 toys. And I'm going to check the cards real quick. Okay, right now, the cards, the greeting cards, are still 125. 125. 125. Besides the office supplies, the back to school section with the crayons and the glues and the colored pencils in the books, they're still 125. I don't know if books were already changed or not, but they're 150, including the children's books. And I don't know what it is with the crossword puzzles or whatever up here. I mean, crossword puzzle books, but it says books, 150. Now, to some people, this type of stuff is important. Now, you do have some prices that were already in the 3 and 5 and whatever else other price that they have. Specialized products. Okay, I see it is at least $7. I think I don't know if I've seen something higher than 7. I'm gonna throw this in also. This was also in the part 1 video. Toys are now up to 175. Okay, the event section, like weddings, parties, whatnot. I didn't get to that section the other day. And if I did, I didn't cover it all. Okay. So they do still have some things that are 125, and they still have the prices on these items like the birthday candles, 125. The bags are still 125. And I just talked to a manager in this store also. The wrapping paper is still 125. And let me see what else. The scotch tape is still 125. Yeah, tissue paper and whatnot. Decorating items on for the events, 125. Baby reveal or newborns items for events, still 125. The petals are still 125. The bottles, all of that. I think the whole section, balloons, all of that is still 125. Okay. Now let me go down here in the other section. Now this has a price cover up. Those are probably changed to at least 150, but I don't see a price. Okay, I am starting at the section of the event supplies, special occasion supplies. These are $2. Catering supplies, cups, platters, dishes, plastic dishes, spoons, and silverware, plastic silverware, all of those. And as you can see now, this says 125. I don't know if they just missed it because the rest of them have the stickers covered up. Stickers covered up. So I think that's the only section that's already changed, but it's considered catering, and those are considered party supplies as far as the event section. All the way down to the tablecloth, this other section, paper plates, napkins or whatnot, everything is still 125. So I think that's all I'm going to cover right this minute. Like I said, part 1, I had all of the beauty and bath supplies. They are still items. They're still 125. And I'm just going to pause this video because I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. Let me see how much this is. This probably was already a new price item in the new price section from back when they changed it. The $10 for the serving kit, party serving kit, $10. Holiday candy, has different prices. I see on the shelf it says 125. I see on that box it says 125. But you do have some that has 350. So you're still able to get some of the holiday candy for 125. Let me throw this in here. I believe, and like I said, I will finish this video out. And they have the fall decoration mixed in with some of the Halloween holiday, and it's 150 for certain things. This whole thing is 150. So that section is 150. As you can see, they have the prices covered up. 150. And then you also have the higher price section, which was already in place. I'm going to throw this in real quick. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and say that whatever you decide to get in these sections for seasonal, you best get it and stock up, even if you're able to, for another time, because this is my belief. And to be honest, it's really been confirmed. This is the last year that you're going to get. Like, say you got this 125 candy for the holiday and then you got the 350. This is the last year we're going to get that at that price. I guarantee you. And it's been confirmed. And I will finish out the video with that type of information. I just was coming in here and I wanted to go ahead and put this together while I was actually in the store. Now that doesn't have a price on that one, the cotton candy, but it's mainly, it looks like it's probably still 125, but don't quote me, because it's the same box that everything is 125 in is the same size. And the boxes that are 350, they're a larger box. Like I said, for those that like to stock up, you have more than one store in your location. You're blessed to have more than one store. Go ahead and take advantage of it if you can. I don't care if it's just one or two things. Take advantage of it. This is the last year, and we're basically almost out of this year, because for those that like to think ahead, like I've been doing lately, we're already September the 6th, and it was just September the 1st. Try to stock up on whatever you can. Okay, the ring pops are 125. I love ring pops. I might snatch those up. I might get one today because I didn't even buy one the other time that I first saw them. But what I'm telling you is just go ahead and try to do what you can, you know? And I'm being serious. But I'm going to pause it right now because I'm about to go ahead and go to another section. And I'm going to finish out some more on this video because to me it's important. Okay, I've had my times with learning about Pedialyte a few decades ago when I was dealing with children. They do have Pedialyte, the what you would consider an off-brand, but it still has pediatric brand in the Dollar Tree. So for those that deal with smaller children, and I know adults can drink these too, but I'm just on the level of the ones that have little children, toddlers, anyone that's under 10, or even the ones that's over 10. They do have this in the Dollar Tree, and they are, as far as I know, let me go find the actual section that it's supposed to be in. As far as I see, most of the hair products are still 125. Also considered maybe beauty. I put this in part one also, but since I'm here, I'm going to cover it because some of this stuff I didn't put in the first video. Now this section says $3, but it probably was already $3. The other section of the beauty and hair is still 125. Hair dye, 125. Men's hair dye, beard dye, 125. Soaps, still 125. Body washes, still 125. Okay, I'm over here in the baby section. Oh, and I need that petroleum jelly, but I probably can wait on this. 125. Um, I don't see the Pedialyte over here, but this I know for sure. This is the section that the Pedialyte is normally in because that is a baby product. But the one that I found, I found it in a whole different section. But anyway, I just wanted to show, but I'm not able to. But like I said, the baby section is still 125. I think I'm gonna wait on this petroleum jelly right now. But yeah, like I said, everything in the baby section is still 125. Including, I'd say including the clothing items also, because I did find some onesies in here, and I probably put that on another video. But they do have onesies that I never saw before. It's only been about a good year that I saw the onesies, but they don't have them in here right now. But once again, I'm gonna put this back over here in the baby section. Maybe in another store I can do another video or short or whatnot to show you. But that's something else that is probably important for some people to know, because the regular Pedialyte can be 3, 4, 6, up to $7. I know for sure. I know I'm not. I think I saw a price the other day. One bottle, and it is probably a little bit larger than this, but this is a 16.9 ounce, and like I said, it'll be 125. So right now, I'm gonna let this be the end of me actually being in the store. What is this? Satin pillowcases. They covered the price up, so they're at least 150. I don't see a price on it, but it's at least 150. Bathroom items are 150. Yeah, bath textiles 150. Everything over here is 150 except the sponges and the yeah, I consider these sponges too. Yeah, mesh sponges are still 125. No, I take that back. A lot of this stuff is still 125, but it is a section that's up to 150. And they've covered up the prices over here and has 150. The shower accessories, the shower curtains, at least 150. The towels and the washcloths, 150. Beauty items still 125. The whole section from the top, from the bottom to the top. Fingernail polish, still 125. Basically just about everything that's on the health and beauty is still 125. Except, what did I just now see that was $5? Oh, they have a 4, but this probably was already changed. 5, 4, 5, yeah, $4 and $5. They have another section over here with the holiday decorations and the fall decorations. Some are 150. But some don't. Okay, that's the cover up prices. So that's at least 150 and up. Yeah. So 150. Most of this is gonna be 150 and up. But I'd say 150. Because that's what they have the prices on the sign. So this is a whole nother section from where I was at before. Another part of the section. I see some things, you might catch a couple of things, 125, 125, 125. Everything else is 150. Yeah, either it's 150 on the sign or it has covered up prices, and the manager just told me when they're covered up, they're changing the price. The trick or treat bags have covered up prices, so that's at least 150. More fall decor prices are covered. Then down here, it has 125. So from that shelf on down, it's 125. But up here, it's got covered up prices. So it's a mix and match thing, for sure. We were already confused, but it's okay. You just have to have patience. Honestly, that's what you have to do. Let it work for you. Don't let it work against you, okay? Because we all have to survive in this world. All right, hold on. Seems everything that's up front is still 125. Even the chips that were 3 something, the smaller bags are 125. The gum is 125. Except for this right here, $5. But it's going to be marked. Oh no, some of this is 150 up at the top. Oh, they have emergency. You have some Pringles in a smaller container that's still 125. All right, I'm leaving out of the Dollar Tree. Now, right now, I'm going to show you how much stuff I'm not going to actually show you the items right now. I might do that at another time. But I got a decent amount of stuff out of here. But just to be real with you, I only paid $20 and some change for it. Okay? So I just want you to see this. Everything was except for I did separate items, which was about three items, but the rest was $20 and some change. And I'm showing you this for a reason, because I'm gonna come back to it. All right. Now I'm gonna show you my receipt real quick, just so you see that I spent just a little over $20. It was $20 and some change. And I feel good about my purchase. But anyway, I just wanted to show that real quick, and I'll be back with some more on the topic. I know this is kind of like a longer video, but like I said, you know, for those that really need to hear it and see the information, it's worth it. All right. Now I'm going to finish this video out real quick, and maybe not real quick. But the thing is, I want to, for those that need to hear this, go ahead and basically stock up on whatever you use the most in the Dollar Tree. Like I said earlier, I said that I had someone that I got some information, some inside information from the confirmation that I got, and from what I heard earlier this year from the second big change that came into the Dollar Tree. It's probably going to be another change here in a couple of months. We're in September. We're basically at the end of the year, and I'm kind of having a feeling. I can't say for sure, but from what the guy told me, and like I said, I'll drop that video. But I think that they're gonna come across with another change that might hit in the midst of the holidays. So I advise you, regardless, that even if it doesn't come in the middle of the holidays, which I would think that might be a possibility of how they do it. Because like I said, it's September right now. And so we only have a little bit over 3.5 months left in the year of 2025. But just on how I see it, and I know that there's a lot of people, including myself, that have been used to the Dollar Tree for a long period of time, being able to go snatch stuff up. When it was still $1, everything in the store was $1 before they even went up to the other price bracket that was like 3, 5, and 7, and even higher. But the thing is, it kind of threw you off. So you just, instead of people just saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna stop altogether," now you do what you want to do. But my advice on what I've done, and the other day when I made the video, I was frustrated and upset when I saw that second time this year. That was the third price change, but that was the second one this year, because I do have a video of it, and I just talked to the manager. He was saying, "Oh, this is just the second one." No, it's the third one. And it was a decent amount of products that was changed. I'll say it was probably probably a good 3 months ago, somewhere like that, when everything like the pans in that category went up. So anyway, the point that I'm making right now is, don't let it get you discouraged. You just have to be forewarned that there's probably another change coming after the one that just now took place. And just go ahead and stock up on your things that you use the most, and find other places. I already be looking for other places. Like some people are, just like myself, you're expert shoppers to a certain degree, and you just have to go ahead and start planning ahead. And I'm saying this coming from somebody that was raised by the older generation, and my grandmother always instilled in me, even just a few years ago when she was still living, and all throughout my growing up and young adult life. Oh, stock up on your stuff. Stop spending money on unnecessary stuff until you buy the things that you need. So just take the time to plan. If you have to go in and make a list, or look at the videos that I've made, this will be part 2. You'll probably have other people that have videos also. I'm not going to discourage that at all. And make a list of some of the things that are very important. Now, I know that they have started putting in a lot of different, along the way, they've been adding in new products that I know a lot of people say, "Oh, those are good products to get from the Dollar Tree." I don't, of course, in the end, like I'm saying, I'm getting a forewarning, and it's confirmation. And it was already something that I was thinking about, that pretty soon they're pulling us in with all of these new products, and then they're going to take the prices on up, which that's what they're doing. And so I'll say this for right now. Like I said, just go ahead and prepare and do what you can now. I'm serious. Just like the amount, the products that I didn't show you the actual products, but I showed you my receipt, which you can see what I bought. But some of the things that I use the most, that I don't want to run out of at the price that they are now. And the thing is, if I had known that just the other day, that the prices were going to go up, I probably would have came and got a few things. Because sometimes they don't really know what the price changes are going to be on. So just knowing that it's going to get to a point where everything is probably going to be changed. And I'm going to say it like that. And I'm, like I said, I'm going to play the video, post the other video that I got from the guy, and you'll understand what I'm saying from this point, that it's just time for you to, don't second guess it, because I already had, my instinct was telling me that the change that we had, the third change that we had a few months ago, it wasn't, but I was warned by the manager already anyway. So just go ahead and buy a little bit at a time. Find other places that you might already know about. And if you don't, like I said, do your, look around. I'm going to probably make another video that doesn't have anything to do particularly with the Dollar Tree. Um, but just do what you got to do. It's a frustrating thing that you say, oh, um, they might as well not even call it the Dollar Tree anymore because nothing's a dollar anymore, except for the poster boards that's two for $1. And that's another thing on those type of products. When you have younger children, there's two sections for sure. As far as the children are concerned, you need to stock up on those products. Now, I'm in an area that has a lot, and I mean, I can't even tell you, because we've gotten a few new Dollar Trees just even within a few months. So we have a decent amount. Now, I know some areas you don't have that many, and you have to go to other areas that might be outside of, your range on going to on a regular basis. But that's why I'm telling you now, the month of September, go ahead and make preparations that whenever you have time and money, you need to stock up on the things that you normally get at the Dollar Tree. And especially if you have a large family, a certain amount of children and adults that you have to shop for, so that when the change comes again and you have to deal with the change that we just had, you won't be hit so hard. And like I said, I know it's frustrating, but just like I said, from the way that I was raised, um, my grandmother used to say, well, when you see that stuff on sale, go ahead and pick it on up. And a lot of times I do end up doing that. I go into a place, just like today. I was not planning on going to the Dollar Tree today, but I knew that I needed to go stock up on a few things and get that out the way, because once people start seeing what's going on with this third change, and it's most likely it's going to be another change coming up, and then everything is probably going to be changed, because like I said, I was warned by the first manager with the second price change, that this was going to happen the way it is happening. He warned me that day. It was the day before the actual price change came, and I was going into, and I was already warned about it by YouTube. And I want to say I appreciate the people that got the information on YouTube early and started telling people ahead, and then people like me started asking the managers, and then they verified it, they confirmed it. So the thing about it is, if you just go into the Dollar Tree at the time that we are at now, where some prices are still $125, just go ahead. Don't be overly frustrated and just throw your hands up in the air and say, "Oh, I'm not going in there anymore." But you got to understand, that's not hurting them to a certain degree. That's hurting us if we take away from ourselves to be able to get items at a price that's cheaper and better for our budget. So if you have to make a list and say, well, these are the things that I'm going to buy at the Dollar Tree, and then if there are other places that you can get these items that we normally get, maybe at $1.25 or $1, you can just do that. But don't take away from your budget, when you still can have, get things at a decent price. And lately I haven't been just getting one thing from the Dollar Tree for the most part. So with all of these price changes going on, you learn, and just like my granny said, learn to stock up on your stuff. Buy more than one at a time if you can afford it. Even if you just do 3, 4, or 5, you go somewhere and say, well, I'm gonna buy 3 of these, 4 of these, 5 of these. That's better than nothing. And it's, in the end, if you can afford it, that's better than just buying one. But if you can just get one at a time and just say, well, I have an extra one, that's still better than nothing. So, just calm yourself down and realize that if you take preparations to go ahead and plan ahead for these type of situations, by the time they hit, it won't be such a hard jab to you. You know what I'm saying? it won't, because like I said, I've been through situations where I was buying things at a certain price. I'm a use a laundry detergent for example. I went through these several times where I bought and found laundry detergent for a good price, and it always changed. They either discontinued the item or they went up on it, and I always had to find another product to buy when it came to laundry detergent. And it got to be frustrating, but I got used to it, and I got prepared to always be ready to say, well, because laundry is something that everybody for the most part uses. And so you just have to prepare yourself ahead to be a plan B. You just have to have a plan B. And we're in those times right now. So don't get so overly frustrated and upset that you just give up and say, oh, I'm just going to stop this and I'm going to stop that. Because some of the prices, you have to realize and you have to admit that some of the prices at the Dollar Tree, no matter what price they come up to, you have a choice, like the 3 and 5 and on up. I don't really fool with those in the Dollar Tree, because the other places you can get them for probably the same price, and sometimes you can find it for a better price. But the thing about it is, certain prices, when it comes to the 125, even 150, just make you a list of the things that you understand that you might as well buy those at the Dollar Tree. And like I said, buy more than one if you can. Because when you go to places like, I've been in the same parking lot where there was a Dollar Tree and a big store, and you realize, oh, the big store had it for this price. And sometimes the Dollar Tree was out of it and I needed it and I had to get it. But I realized, well, dang, even when I do buy it at the Dollar Tree, it was a lot. The price difference was pretty decent between the big store and the Dollar Tree. So that's what you have to do, because it's rough out here, and all of these different changes that we have is making it difficult for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. So you just have to calm yourself down, put your faith in, I believe in God and the Heavenly Father, and just ask Him for the strength and the will to be able to handle these kind of changes. So I just wanted to put that in there for right now. Just don't let it throw you all off and have you discombobulated where you can't focus right. You have a family to take care of. You have other things that you have to put in your budget. But just, take your time. And like I said, if you prepare ahead of time for these type of things, like I said, the way I was brought up, it won't be such a heavy hit, and it won't be so bad. Just like me coming here today, and it was only like maybe 2 to 4 days ago that I found out about the price change again. I calmed myself down and I made a decision that, okay, it's time for you to come stock up on certain stuff. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No pondering and procrastinating on it. Just get to it and make it happen. So, like I said, I appreciate the support and people watching my videos. And also, like I said, this is part 2. So I will be posting the other video of the information. It's not a lot of information, but I just want you to hear it for yourself, that when you have people that have inside information, it's a blessing when God blesses you, that even a stranger can give you information that's very important. All right.